Hello, dear senior. Have you ever sat in a quiet room, hoping for peace, only to be greeted by a high-pitched ring that refuses to leave? No clock ticking, no radio playing, just that sound soft, yet stubborn as if a tiny tea kettle is forever, boiling somewhere inside your ear. You're not imagining it. And no, it's not because someone's talking about you behind your back, if only. For many of us, especially as we grow older and wiser, that ringing becomes a familiar though very uninvited companion. It shows up during the stillness of the night, or when you're just about to fall asleep, whispering like an old friend who forgot how to be quiet. But here's the thing, that sound might be telling you something important, something your body wants you to hear, even if it's not using the most polite method. In today's video, we're going to talk about 3 things you truly need to know about this mysterious ringing, what it is, what might be causing it, and most importantly, what you can do about it. So, grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's gently explore the sound that never seems to go away. Because perhaps, just perhaps, it has a message we shouldn't ignore. Number 1. What is that ringing really? So, what is that sound? That high-pitched whistle, that soft buzzing, or that faint hiss that seems to come from nowhere, and yet refuses to leave? Well, my dear friends, you're not alone. That persistent sound in the ears is called tinnitus. A bit of a fancy name, isn't it? Sounds like something you'd hear in a Roman opera. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Maestro Tinnitus. But jokes aside, tinnitus is not a disease. It's actually a symptom, a sign that something else might be going on inside your hearing system. And no, it's not your imagination. You're not just getting old. You're simply hearing what many others hear, 2 million in fact, especially after the age of 60. Now, tinnitus can sound different for everyone. For some, it's like the buzzing of bees. For others, it's a gentle ringing like wind chimes in the distance. And for a few unlucky souls, it might even sound like pulsing, thumping, or clicking, almost like a tiny drummer trapped in your ear canal. Not exactly the concert you paid for, eh? So, why does it happen? Well, the truth is, your ears are incredibly sensitive machines. Inside them are tiny hair cells that help transmit sound to your brain over time or after exposure to loud noises. Some of these hair cells can get damaged. When that happens, they may start sending signals to your brain that sound like ringing, even though no real sound is present. It's like a broken microphone picking up phantom feedback. And sometimes, the cause isn't even in the ear itself. Tinnitus can be connected to things like high blood pressure, stress or anxiety, earwax buildup, or even certain medications. Yes, medications. The very things we take to feel better can sometimes sneak in side effects that feel, well, rather musical in a not-so-pleasant way. But here's what's important. Just because it's common doesn't mean it should be ignored. Tinnitus is your body's way of knocking gently, or not so gently, and saying, excuse me, something might need attention. So the next time you hear that sound, don't brush it off. It's not just age. It's not nothing. It's a whisper, sometimes loud, reminding you to pause, listen, and take care of yourself. In the next part, we'll explore what might be causing your tinnitus, some of the hidden culprits that quietly add to the noise. And no, it's not always that neighbor mowing the lawn again. Stay with us. You deserve answers and relief. Number 2. What causes the ringing? Let's uncover the usual suspects. Now that we've made friends, well, reluctant friends, with the word tinnitus, it's time we ask the next big question. Why is this happening to me? It's a fair question, and one that deserves more than just a shrug or a vague. It's just part of getting older. No, let's not settle for that. Let's be curious. Let's be kind to ourselves. And let's peek behind the curtain, shall we? Tinnitus can come from many places, and like an old mystery novel, there's usually more than one clue. 1. Age-related hearing loss. Ah yes, the natural wear and tear of life. As we age, the the delicate parts of our inner ear, especially those tiny, hard-working hair cells, can begin to wear out. It's like the strings on an old guitar. They still make music, but sometimes the notes come out a bit funny. This kind of hearing loss, called presbycusis, is very common after 60, and tinnitus often tags along uninvited. 2. Loud noise exposure, even from years ago. Think back, dear listener. Did you spend time working in a factory, flying planes, firing rifles, or rocking out to the Beatles on full blast through those big 70s headphones? Well, your ears remember. Even if the noise was decades ago, the damage might still echo in the form of tinnitus. Your ears might be whispering, "Hey, remember Woodstock?" 3. Medications. Yes, really. Some medications, especially certain painkillers, antibiotics, or even high doses of aspirin can actually trigger or worsen tinnitus. They're called ototoxic drugs, which is just a fancy word meaning not very friendly to your ears. Now, don't panic and throw out your pill organizer, but do talk to your doctor if you suspect one of your medications might be adding to the background noise in your head. 4. Blood pressure and circulation problems. Sometimes the ringing has more to do with your heart than your ears. High blood pressure or poor circulation can affect the tiny blood vessels in your inner ear. And when blood flow isn't quite right, strange sounds can appear. Some people even hear their own pulse in their ear, like a tiny drumbeat, helpful for marching band practice. Perhaps less helpful when trying to sleep. 5. Stress and anxiety. The invisible culprits. Believe it or not, emotional tension can worsen tinnitus. When we're anxious, our brain becomes more alert, and suddenly that ringing becomes louder, clearer, more intrusive. It's like your body turns the volume up on something you'd rather tune out. The truth is, tinnitus often comes from a combination of causes. That's why it's so tricky, and why it's so important to look at the whole picture. And here's the good news. Understanding the causes helps us move toward relief. This isn't about blaming ourselves or feeling helpless. It's about saying, now I know. Now I can take the next step. In the next part of our journey together, we'll talk about what you can actually do about it. Because while we may not be able to silence the ringing completely, there are gentle, powerful ways to turn down the volume and bring a little peace back to your day. So don't go anywhere. Your ears and your heart deserve this. If this video brought a smile to your face or warmed your heart, don't forget to tap the like button. Number 3. What can we do about it? Turning down the volume. All right, dear friends, now we come to the question that really matters. Can I do anything about this ringing? Not just understand it, not just live with it, but actually do something. The answer, my lovely listener, is yes, absolutely. Now, let's be honest, there's no magic button, though we wish there were one marked. Mute tinnitus. But there are ways to soften the sound, to calm the nerves, and most importantly, to take back control. So here we go, gentle steps, thoughtful choices, and a bit of humor to help along the way. 1. Visit a hearing specialist. Don't just Google it. First things first, don't go it alone. A trained audiologist or NT ear, nose, and throat doctor can check your ears, your hearing, and your overall health. Maybe it's wax buildup, maybe your hearing loss needs a boost, or maybe your medication needs adjusting. A proper checkup is like inviting in a wise old detective who actually wants to help you. And if they suggest a hearing aid, don't be shy. Modern hearing aids don't just amplify sound, they can also mask tinnitus. Think of them as your ear's personal DJ, tuning out the unwanted tracks. 2. Try sound therapy. Give the ringing some company, strange as it sounds. Sometimes the best way to fight noise is with more noise. Soft background sounds like ocean waves, gentle rain, or white noise can help drown out the ringing. It's like inviting calming guests to a party to distract that one guest who won't stop talking. You can use a white noise Machinia smartphone app, even a simple fan near your bed. Give your brain something nicer to focus on. After all, your ears don't always get to choose what they hear, but your mind can choose what it listens to. 3. Relaxation? Yes, your mood matters. It might feel unrelated, but managing stress can reduce how loud your tinnitus feels. When your body relaxes, your mind stops amplifying that annoying background noise. Try deep breathing meditation. Yes, even just 5 minutes helps. Gentle stretches, or yoga laughing with a good friend, or watching a funny old film. You deserve peace, not just in your ears, but in your heart. 4. Avoid the triggers. Know thy enemy. Certain things can make tinnitus worse, like caffeine, alcohol, smoking, lack of sleep, skipping meals. Now, we're not saying give up your morning tea or the occasional chocolate biscuit. Life should still be sweet. But knowing your own patterns helps you make wiser choices. 5. Join a support group, because you're not alone. Sometimes, the biggest relief comes from knowing that you're not the only one. There are support groups, both online and in person, full of people who hear what you hear and feel what you feel. Sharing stories, tips, frustrations, even just hearing someone say, "Yes, I know that sound," can make all the difference. So here's the truth. The ringing may not disappear overnight, but you are not powerless. You are still the captain of your own ship, and there's comfort, strength, and even humor to be found on this journey. After all, if life gives us music we didn't ask for, maybe it's time to rewrite the playlist. Sometimes, the quietest sound in the world is someone saying, "I understand." And dear listener, we understand. You are not alone in this, and you never were. So here we are, dear senior. We've walked through the echoes, the whistling winds, the high-pitched hums of tinnitus. We've asked hard questions, listened with open hearts, and maybe even smiled once or twice along the way. And I hope more than anything that you found not just information today, but comfort, because the sound in your ears might feel invisible to the world, but you are not invisible. Your experiences, your worries, your stories, they matter. You matter. Sometimes, especially as we grow older, it can feel like the world isn't listening as closely as it used to. But here, in this space, I want you to know, we hear you. We're in this together. Every ring, every sigh, every hopeful moment when the sound softens, even for a little while. And if this video helped you feel even a little more understood today, then that's a sound worth celebrating. If you found this video helpful, or if someone you love might be quietly struggling with the same ringing in their ears, please don't keep it to yourself. Give us a like, leave a kind comment below. I read them all. Share your story if you feel like it. It might comfort someone else. Truly. And if you'd like more warm, thoughtful, and gently humorous videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon so you don't miss the next one. Let's hope that bell rings less than the one in your ear. Lastly, if this touched you today, even in a quiet, subtle way, please consider sharing it with a friend, a neighbor, or someone who might just need to hear. You're not alone. Thank you, truly, for spending your time with me. May your gaze be peaceful, your heart light, and your ears just a little bit quieter. Until next time, take good care of yourself. You are deeply loved, with all my warmth and a smile just for you.